Alright, I'm going to be doing the Mcst-A on my client Katie, who has Broca's aphasia. Alright, Katie. We are going to look at some pages, and I want you to look. That's what I need. Here. Look at this book. Look at all of the pictures. You could tell me some things by pointing to them. Now look at the rest of the pages. Take your time. I'm going to ask you to tell me some things with this book when you're done. So have a look at the pages. All right. How would you tell me you need some shoes? All right. How do you think you would tell me you need some shoes? Great. Okay. How would you tell me you're hungry? You'd like some food. Okay. How would you tell me you're really tired? How would you tell me the light bulb is burned out? It's dark over there. How would you tell me the light bulb burned out? It's dark over there. What would you do if it is very dark? Yes. How would you tell me you need to buy something? You need to go shopping. Okay. How can you tell me where you live? Which state do you live in? How can you tell me where you live? Which state do you live in? All right, great. Good. Now we're going to do the same thing again, but this time I want you to tell me something more complicated. You can point to any picture you want in this book, like this. You can point to more than one picture, like this. You can use gestures too. Ready? How would you tell me, I've been walking a lot to lose some weight? How would you tell me, close the window, it's too cold outside? How would you tell me, I'm glad my grandkids are visiting me next week? How would you tell me, I'm glad my grandkids are visiting me next week? Remember, you can use this book to point to the pictures. All right, how would you tell me, I want to buy some toys for my grandchildren? How would you tell me, I'd like to eat an expensive meal at Harvey's? How would you tell me, I'd like to eat an expensive meal at Harvey's? Remember, you can use gestures or you can spell also. Awesome. Okay. All right. Look here. Look at these. Look at each picture. Now look here. Which picture belongs in the group? Show me which one completes the group. All right, which picture completes this group? Now this column, which picture completes this group? Last one, which column completes this group? Which picture completes this group? This time, we want to see how you would ask some questions in a drugstore and then with your children and grandchildren. Find the page that you would use at the drugstore, if you need a prescription or something. Great. How would you tell me, the clerk, I need some toothpaste to brush my teeth? How would you ask the clerk, where's the hairspray and the aspirin? Great. How would you ask the clerk to fill a couple of your prescriptions? Make sure she answers your questions like, how many pills should I take? How would you ask the clerk to fill a couple of your prescriptions? Make sure she answers your questions like, how many pills should I take? Great. How would you ask your grandchildren some questions about school? Show me. How would you find out what they wanted for Christmas? Okay, Katie, I want you to tell me a story using pictures. You can use these pictures of a wedding. Include all the things that are happening in these pictures, okay? Go ahead. you. Wonderful. Okay. This time, I want you to listen to how I tell a story. Watch me too. See how I use my hands and how I spell things. Then you tell me the same story as best you can. Include all the things that are happening. You can point to tell me. Oh, you can point, tell me aloud, spell, show me with your hands, or acting, whatever you want. Ready to listen? It was a big day, my friend Kelly's wedding day. She married a wonderful man named Ralph Johnson. He is from New York. A lot of people came to the wedding. It was held in a lovely old church. Here the preacher told them to say, "I do." They had a lovely reception afterwards. It was held outside at the church. Ralph asked his new wife to dance. The flower girls were very sweet. They had a lot of them. They had a lot of fun dancing to the band. The couple had fun on their honeymoon. They had their picture taken with some scarecrows here. Look, the sign says, "Just married." And they must have gone to the beach, too. It was pretty cold, though. She has to have her jacket on. I hope they have a happy life together. Okay, now you tell the story. Great job. Now I'm interested in learning about where you are from and where you want to travel. Which part of the book would help me learn about your travels? Alrighty. Which part of the book would help me learn about your travels? Which part of the book would help me learn about your travels? How would you tell me where you were born? How would you tell me where you were born? Like which state you were born in? Tell me. All right, Miss Katie, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back right here. Tell me where you traveled on vacation or for work or for your kids. Mm-hmm. 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 All right. Where would you really like to travel? Someplace you've never been, perhaps, or someplace you want to go back to. Someplace you've never been, or someplace you want to go back to. Cold, snowy, no cars, no bikes. Take a boat. Alaska? Sometimes you might be able to spell to communicate something. Even if you can't spell the whole word, just one of the letters would be helpful. All right. Now here, I want you to try. How would you tell someone your last name? Okay, Miss Katie, how would you tell someone your last name? Remember, you can use any of these pages in this book. That was wonderful. Okay. How would you tell me the name of your favorite dessert? Great. How would you tell me your favorite sports team? What do you drive to get home? Remember, this is spelling. All right, Miss Katie, we are all done.